So we're in Loire Valley. We just got to our first castle. Actually, they're called chateaus. So this is Chateau de Villandry. What we're currently figuring out while we're walking there is that we just discovered that we've been getting a bunch of speeding tickets, more than likely, because we've been going really fast on the back roads and didn't realize that these signs meant there was radar. And we've probably gone through 10 of them at least, going pretty fast, so that's gonna be nice, expensive tickets. But we'll think about that later. Another chilly morning in Iceland. They call them histopads. It's count how much food they give each penguin. I think it's feeding both entrances. Security guards just for the Mona Lisa. One thing you gotta make sure of, so it's really cool once we get inside. The ones on the arch still aren't on. It's a 15-minute wait if I go through that line. We're about to go in the highest point, I believe. Being scared of the heights, walking the stairs. We are over in this building right now. And this is how big the gardens are. This is a old-time bathtub. Someone's awesome bed. Love to stay in the hideouts. We're exploring this. This is Josiah. Look at these amazing gardens out here. Alright, so you got nice paintings on the walls, gold, everything, and then here's the best part. It is absolutely gorgeous up here. This is where we entered right there. You're fine. And these, they got a time lapse going over in the corner. Thankfully the guys are somewhat okay with me leaving them. When I do these time lapses, I pretty much just stop at an area and decide to sit here for a while. So you'll see the time lapse here. Can't get enough of these gardens. Look at that. They're gorgeous. There's the castle. That's the point where I did one of the time lapses and we chatted there a minute ago. What's really cool is that these are vegetables. So I want to say that's lettuce. Actually, I'm pretty bad with my vegetables. I know enough to know they're vegetables. That. I think there's lettuce over there. It might be different types of lettuce even. That's what it kind of... Actually, here's a picture. Let's see what it says. Mix of flowers. Okay, lavender is one. Red lettuce, green oak leaf. Okay, so there's different kinds of lettuce and some lavender bulbs. And then some normal flowers mixed in. Pretty nice though. So guess what I'm riding on? That's right, a merry-go-round. It's a very small one. It still makes you dizzy. Hopefully it doesn't make you guys dizzy. Okay, I'm done. A little bit about Chateau de Villandry. They say it's supposed to take like 2 hours inside, 2 hours out, or something like that. We didn't do a guided tour. We didn't even do one of the hearing things. I guess we didn't really care that much. What we did do is they have one of these for the garden and one of these for the chateau. And it talks a little bit about each room, like 2 sentences about each room, so it's very brief. Personally, I'm more here for the views. Some of the history is interesting. I found the Mont Saint-Michel to be, the history was just phenomenal. It was just stunning, a 2-hour tour. Not a 3-hour tour, not that one, 2-hour tour. But this one, it's cool and all. There were some things on the wall that had a couple sentences and they'd have them in English as well. They were kind of cool too. But we went through pretty quickly, other than me stopping at the top to do a time lapse. The gardens, they say, takes 2 hours. I don't know who takes 2 hours to walk through gardens, other than me doing time lapses. It is very pretty, but unless you're gonna stop and smell every flower, I would say probably less than an hour, realistically, and that's not rushing. It's fairly good sized gardens, but you can walk around the outside. It depends on if you want to walk everywhere. You can walk around the outside. Here, I'll show you. So there's the path, there's an upper or a midway path and an upper path. The upper goes really, really high all the way across and then comes back down to the midway. The midway, I believe, goes all the way around. And it goes around back where the swan pond is at. Apparently there's a kids playground in the corner, and then it's pretty much not a perfect square, but it's boxed out. And then there's the separate gardens. A lot of them are like blocked out. You really only walk around these big squares, you can't walk in them. So like these little fences, that's where you're walking, around each fence. It's still really pretty. The best views are from above though. When you're down here, it's still cool, but it's not the same. I would say probably the best part is walking under these covered areas with the vines and being able to look out over the area. They do have little fountains you can look at, or in the middle. Some of the fountains aren't on in the middle of the things. Probably just depends on the season. And some of these plants over here, looks like it's weeds growing out of the middle of them. I'm pretty sure those are flowers that aren't in season. So, and there's some really cool like sculptures kind of thing that are under those arches. Really pretty. I kind of want to go to the village, because out there's the village, and you can see, I want to call it a castle. I'm assuming it looks like it's probably a church. Really cool looking. I'm not sure if we'll have time or not, and if it's even open. We got a pretty good view from on the top of the tower. Yeah, so going through the house fairly quick, just not really stopping too long in each room. We've been here since 3:30, I want to say, and it's 5, so we only really did an hour and a half, and I'm pretty much ready to go, other than some time lapses I might walk through. Well, I'll have to walk through this to leave anyways. I might walk around the outside a little bit, because each of these squares does have a different shape, but otherwise they're fairly similar. I'd say it's definitely worth the trip. They said this is the top on the top 3 that was recommended at the visitor center. Fortunately, because we took so long today and we didn't even get to do anything until today at 3, we pretty much wasted our day, so we may not be able to do all 3 castles, although there's like a bunch more than that, and actually there's chateaus. We wanted to do 3 of them, the top 3, and it looks like we'll probably only do the top 2.